soon. Okay, so next up, where's Mark from Reesio? Come on up, the man with a laptop. So Mark was down at the 500 Startups demo day today. He's pitched out. Don't say that. I think those guys do a great job down there, but this is what matters, Mark.
Of course, right?
And Reesio is disrupting Zillow, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us more when you're ready.
That's not good. Okay. So, how many of you have bought or sold real estate before? And how many of you enjoyed the painful paperwork and manual processes that went with it? Okay, you can leave the room right now. So, Reesio has developed a transaction management platform that automates the entire real estate process for agents and clients. So we automate all the paperwork, workflow management, task management, messaging, notes, all that kind of good stuff. So everything that happens in a real estate transaction, we automate through the cloud. So if you're a real estate agent, and that's who we sell directly to, you can create transactions in our system. You can e-share and e-sign documents and create workflows and all that good stuff. So actually, let me dive into a transaction that an agent has already created. So we have our documents section right here. You can see all the transaction members here. You can hover over them to see who those people are and what role type they have within the real estate deal. You can easily add them by clicking here. We have a DocuSign integration directly in our product. So you can click on a document. You can click Get Signatures. You can choose what kind of document it is. For example, the purchase agreement, and say I need John and Uma to sign it. Click Submit. And then DocuSign's interface is actually going to pop up right on my screen, if the internet's not so slow. And then I just do what I would normally do in DocuSign, dragging and dropping signatures, and clicking Send. And then those two people receive email notifications letting them know that they need to sign these documents. And this is a lot better than having to go through every single contract and document via paper, email, scanning, signing, faxing, and so forth. So complete unlimited cloud storage of documents, sharing, e-signing. Of course, we also have workflow management, so you can create tasks and assign them to each person in the transaction, so the buyer isn't clueless as to what comes next in the process. Same thing for sellers and other parties. You can also see a streamlined activity feed, time, date, stamped with everything that's happened in a transaction. So from a compliance standpoint, a broker can manage all of their agents and make sure they're doing exactly what they should be doing for each transaction. We also offer notes, messaging, all that great stuff. We currently charge $15 a month. There's 2.5 million real estate agents out there. However, we don't actually care about that $15 a month, nor do we really care about trying to sell this product. Why? Because as you can see with this product, we are collecting some awesome real-time data on every single property that comes through our system, data that nobody else has. So Zillow and Trulia, they pull their data from the MLSs and county records, which are not updated in real time, and which are anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks old. And 2 days old matters, because in 2 days, a property can go from being not for sale to being for sale, or even being not for sale to actually being in contract. What happens? Buyers miss out. Buyers miss out on all sorts of properties when they search on products like Zillow and Trulia. With our product, we know the second a purchase agreement gets signed and it goes into contract because it happens right in our system. And so what can we do with that? We can actually create a more real-time, accurate property listing than Zillow and Trulia have. For example, this is a real property that came into Reesio a couple weeks ago. And as you can see, it's active contingent. It's no longer accepting offers, and it's 3,314 square feet, $250,000, all that kind of stuff. Exact same property on Zillow, not for sale. So if you search for this property, or you search in the Kingsport, Tennessee area 2 weeks ago on Zillow, you missed out on this property. Guess what? Trulia, same thing, not for sale. Public record, but nothing telling it's for sale. And it says it's 2,614 square feet. No, it's 3,314 square feet. And guess what? I trust the listing agent and the information they inputted into our system that this is correct. So what's happening here? You're searching for properties on all these other websites. You're not getting accurate data. You're missing out on properties. That sucks. We have that real-time data that we can use to build a better search portal, and then from there, offer listing agents marketing and lead gen products of anywhere from $300 to $350 a month. That's the average that Zillow and Trulia currently charge for their marketing and lead gen. And instead of plastering buyers' agents' ads on the side of these listings, the buyer can contact the listing agent directly, which means the listing agent can end up getting double the commission and being a dual agent for this particular property. And if there's, say, 10 buyers that are interested in this property, only one gets it, the listing agent can then become the buyer's agent for all those other 9 buyers, generating tons of leads for them. So, as you can see, with our accurate data and real-time information, we can crush Zillow and Trulia and offer a much better search experience for buyers and a better product for listing agents.
Nice work. To the second.
Oh, ooh, that was a good time.
Are you trying to be a CRM system? And if not, how are you going to coexist with the CRM system?
Yeah, so as part of the lead generation product, so all the transaction management tools and products that I showed you right now, this is launched. We have over 1,200 agents using this product, been doing very little marketing. This launched 3 months ago. And then the next piece that we're building out is the marketing piece. It'll be ready in about 6 weeks. And yes, as part of that, there's going to need to be CRM, so of course that the agents can manage the leads that come in.
So to become a search portal, you have to have some pretty gnarly scale as far as acquisition of the real estate agents themselves. How do you go about that, or is it not an issue?
Well, so our product is on par, if not better, than a couple of competitors in the transaction management space, namely a company called Dotloop, which has been around for about 3 years. They have 150,000 agents currently using their product, and they're charging $15 a month to use it. So our product is just as good, if not better. And what we're going to do is we're going to give the transaction management part away for free, and then just upsell on the marketing and lead gen part. So we feel very good about the fact that we can, in about 12 to 18 months, get to about 150,000 agents and between 500,000 and 1 million properties. And that would be about 20 to 25% penetration in the market, which is very solid. And from there, we obviously can offer the search part to the buyer, but we could also potentially sell this data to the 900 MLSs across the country, as well as the 900 publishers like Zillow and Trulia. So there's a lot of options and ways that we can go with this once we build up that inventory.
Mark, how many agents are in the system now?
Yes, so we launched this a few months ago. We have over 1,200 agents, over 1,800 transactions. Again, very little marketing on our part. It's almost all word of mouth because, as you can see, you can actually invite other transaction members into the deal flow. So we have a lot of agents inviting other agents into it to conduct the transaction. Those agents go, hey, this is cool, and then they start creating their own transactions.
Is that your marketing strategy, word of mouth?
That's part of it. Obviously, that's the organic strategy. Actually, Google AdWords is surprisingly effective, and I'll tell you why. Because brokers are legally responsible for their agents' actions, so agents are required to work for a broker. And so brokers are constantly looking for tools like this to better manage their agents. So they're constantly searching for paperless real estate office or online transaction coordinator or real estate transaction management. Our CACs are pretty low. It's about $20, so we're profitable in month 2. And then we also do a lot of in-person networking and sponsorship events just because real estate agents are very face-to-face type people.
I see that you used Kingsport, Tennessee, the agent from Kingsport, Tennessee, which is northeastern Tennessee, not a major metropolitan area. Does that mean that you see more traction happening from those types of geographic areas, or are you focused on major metropolitan?
Everywhere. So we have real estate agents from all over the country using the product. However, you bring up a very good point, is that this can be a huge market potential for off-market properties. In other words, properties that never even make it to the MLS. The MLS, Zillow, and Trulia, they never even have these properties get in their system. We do. Why? Because the agents care about using this transaction management platform to manage their deals. So while we do have agents in major metropolitan markets like San Francisco and New York, we also feel that for off-market properties, our product can be a huge advantage over anything else out there.
Do you work with the likes of a Redfin?
So Redfin is very different than Zillow and Trulia in that they are actually an online brokerage. So they are a broker serving customers, charging them percentages to sell their home. What's interesting about Redfin is that they don't actually cover every market because they have to be a licensed broker in the markets they do cover because they're a brokerage. And so that means that if you search for a property on Redfin, you'll get even less properties coming up in your search results than you would on Zillow and Trulia, because with Redfin, if they're not a broker in that actual market or a licensed broker in that actual market, they won't even have the property on their website. So very interesting dichotomy between that. So yeah, it's even worse on Redfin.
Do you have a relationship with Brad Inman yet?
With who?
Bradley Inman of Inman News?
Yeah, so we have good relationships with the editors and writers over at Inman. We've definitely had a lot of stories written about us so far. You can just Google Inman and Reesio, and you'll see a lot of stories come up. We were actually at their Inman Real Estate Connect conference a couple weeks ago in the Startup Alley. Yeah, so I mean, we were actually nominated for one of the Inman Innovator of the Year awards. We didn't win, but we were nominated. But yeah, we definitely have those relationships.
All right, last call for questions. Who's got the last question? Anybody? Over there. Go ahead, shout.
Well, real estate and easy, Reesio, but that wasn't available, so we added a no.
Was that it, or is there one quick one? Was that?
Any other questions?
That's
One
it.
last one.
All right, out of time. Reesio, I'm sure we're going to be hearing about more about you later.